So if you are engaged in a particularly bitter argument with someone, if you're arguing with them, the relevant question is this: is their position substantial? So that's really the first question you should ask. The question you should ask is not, is their position correct? I mean, obviously you don't think it's correct or you wouldn't be arguing with them. But even if, you could coherently ask that question, it would still not be the right question. The right question, the very first question to ask is their position substantial? Here's why I say this. If their position is actually a meaningful position, if it's not just politically motivated puffery, then it is worth your time to have a discussion with them. Because if their position actually is substantial, they will be reasonable. Okay? But if their position is not meaningful, if it's absurd, okay, if it's idiotic, if it's just obviously inconsistent with the facts or otherwise a complete goof, then then the then you're not then whatever it is you're supposedly arguing about is not really what you're arguing about. Okay, you're not really having a discussion. You're not really there's not a disagreement of opinion. It's just that something else is going on. Okay, so that person is associated with certain people and he has to toe a certain line, or that person is basically that person is emotionally locked into that position, and that's the end of it. And and actually, the more you argue with them, the more you look like a moron, because it is obvious at some level to everybody that it's not really a disagreement of viewpoints. It's just an altercation. So just back off. Just save your energy. Don't discuss. I mean, discussions. Some people are responsive to discussions, and but when you're having a discussion, as opposed to just the sort of standard, very very sterile and unproductive locking of ideological horns, when you're having an actual discussion, you know it, and and in case you want some kind of a formal test by which you can verify that you are in fact having discussion, by which you can authenticate what you already intuitively know. Here is that test. Is their position a meaningful one, or is it just sort of hollow and socially or politically mandated? And if the answer to the second question is yes, if it is just socially mandated, then just back away, because whatever it is you're supposedly arguing about, that's not really what you're arguing about, and for that reason and others, the whole engagement is contraindicated.